All right, that's week 2, day 7. Just finished our Sunday long run. So I guess it's time for week 2 hot wash. Yeah, there's a couple of things that I learned this week. First of all, we did a mini celebration Friday night for a work win that Rebecca had. And when I say mini celebration, I mean it was like I had 2 drinks, that was all. But I really felt it Saturday. So in this week's video, I'm going to tell you about my Ironman training plan. Go into detail. Okay, not my best work. I did the workout. So that's a win today. I really felt it Saturday morning especially, and it wasn't a hangover. What it was my heart rate was a little elevated overnight, and you know, I was short sleep, so I cut about an hour and a half of my sleep because we stayed out a little later than normal. But my quality of sleep was really just subpar. I think my Garmin had it at 56. So the takeaway is, when you're on this demanding of a training plan, I don't think I can afford any of those nights. So that pretty much means I'm, a teetotaler until I get my Ironman done. And then the second thing I learned this week, my original training plan had my HIIT run on Fridays, and so that came from the plan that I copied and modified for me. But so I kept it there the first week, and I struggled to get through it. But what I realized is this week, having that interval run right after a lower body strength session is not sustainable. So I flipped that. I'm moving that HIIT run to Wednesday, and I'll just do a recovery run on Friday. Before I signed up for Ironman Florida, I really hadn't taken my triathlon training that seriously. I haven't ever had a formal coach. I do have several people in my inner circle with expertise in triathlon that I draw from continuously, but I've never had anyone design a program for me. Being a DIY kind of guy, I typically set out a number of bikes and runs to get in each week with some idea of a progression on distance as the race gets closer. And since I've always been a shit swimmer, I would just make sure I swam just enough prior to the race to mostly rule out drowning. But this full Ironman is a different animal, and frankly, I'm a different guy. So I realized right away I needed a better approach. I needed a real training plan. So where does a guy that cares enough to get on a good program but is too cheap to hire a coach go to find a legit training plan? I like for things in life to be as simple as possible. Yep, I'm one of those guys that likes to wear the same clothes, eat the same food every day. Simple reduces decisions. Simple reduces stress. Simple is most definitely my jam. I picked this plan for a couple of reasons. First, it lives up to its claim of simplicity. 3 swims, 3 bikes, and 3 runs per week, every week for 20 weeks. And every 4th week is recovery week, where the volume is pulled back. Second, I like that this is a moderate training volume plan. 9 triathlon workouts per week may sound like a lot, but in reality most Ironman plans are 10 to 12 workouts per week. This affords me more time to integrate my strength training, 4 sessions per week, and do some yoga. To get all this into a single plan, I consolidated it into a Google Sheet. Pretty Spartan. Again, I value simplicity. To give you a feel for the progression of the program, I pulled 3 weeks, week 2, week 10, and week 17 to take a closer look at. I just completed week 2, and by my Garmin watch, I logged 13 hours and 25 minutes. Note this included strength training and yoga. My swim bike run time totaled 7 hours and 23 minutes. Week 10 is the midway point and will feature approximately 10 hours of tri-specific work, plus the 4 hours of lifting and 2 hours of yoga, and that brings you to approximately 16 hours total. Week 17 is the peak week of the plan, or as I like to call it, Hell Week. This week requires both a century ride and the longest run of the plan, an 18-miler. Oh, and if that wasn't enough, it also loads up 10,000 yards of swimming. Tri-specific workouts this week will exceed 15 hours, and so about 20 hours all in with strength and yoga. So there you have it. That's my plan from a macro perspective. Later in this series, I will do a deeper dive into each of the discipline-specific workouts. With my plan in place, now it is all about execution. Not gonna lie, what lies ahead is a bit intimidating. But I'm trusting the process and trying to focus on one workout at a time. Take each day as it comes, give good effort, and just get the work done. So week 2 was a great week. Looking forward to week 3. In the next video in this series, I'm going to talk about nutrition and body composition. So I hope to see you then. Thanks for watching.